Dogs are like people in my book, and I feel that their name should be unique just like their personality, kind of like we do with people. And I really can't stand those cookie cutter names like Molly, Muffin. I mean, what? You wouldn't call a child that, so why would you call a dog? So today we're going to go over my 10 favorite girl puppy names, what they mean, and what some of their personalities are. Daphne. So Daphne is a Greek name, which means laurel. And the story goes that in Greek mythology, Daphne was a nymph and she was trying to hide from Apollo, who was, kind of trying to be frisky. And so the gods decided to turn her into a laurel to help her hide from Apollo. Now, Daphne actually makes me think of, obviously, Bridgerton. And while I did like the character, I just feel that the name doesn't really match so much Daphne's personality. What I see as a Daphne is basically the typical Jack Russell. So high energy, very spirited, very intelligent, somebody who loves people, who knows how to get people, wrapped around her little finger, and definitely knows how to wield the power of the eyes. But at the same time, she is beloved and she is kind of always the center of attention. Basically, the typical small terrier or, Jack Russell. Those, if you have one or you've seen one, that's exactly the right fit for the name. Camilla. So Camilla is an Italian name. It comes from Latin and it means acolyte. And I feel like Camilla is the ultimate, the sweetest girl dog name. She's got the beautiful puppy eyes. She is definitely a family dog. She loves getting attention, and unlike Daphne kind of, she likes to work her people and she knows how to get them, and Camilla is just absolutely sweet. She loves her people, they love her, she's really good with children. So I can totally see Camilla being a sweet yellow lab girl or a French bulldog or even a basset hound. Just she is the epitome of what a sweet dog would be. Cambria. Cambria is a Latin name. It actually means Wales. It's the name that Romans gave to the area of Wales. And I feel that this is a really different kind of energy. So Cambria is a very settled kind of dog, maybe a bigger dog, one of those dogs who has presence, and because of her presence, she doesn't really need to, make herself be noticed. She just simply is noticed because of who she is. She's a little bit calmer. She can really help stabilize her family. She's one of those calming influences and kind of like a benign ruler to her kingdom. And I can totally see a Cambria being like a Bernese or a Great Pyrenees, one of those dogs with those kind of very mellow, but definitely very centered personalities. Sila. So Sila is a mountainous plateau in Calabria, which is a region in southern Italy. And it actually is a national park, and it's supposed to have the cleanest air in all of Europe. And that's kind of what the name signifies for me. I can see her as a kind of a mid-sized dog. She's very quiet, she's got energy, but not too much energy. And she is very pure, very emotionally attuned to her family. She is maybe a little bit of a mother to her family, so she watches and makes sure that everybody's getting along, and she will maybe calm down spirits. She's definitely not as grounded as Cambria would be, but just like Cambria, she is absolutely devoted to her family. She takes care of them, and she really has that sense of pack and of taking care of them. So I can definitely see Sila being a shepherd dog, maybe a German shepherd, maybe an Australian shepherd, maybe even an Australian cattle dog. They're a little bit more quiet, but they really have that strong sense of family. Sophia. Sophia is a Greek name and it means wisdom. So just like Cambria and Sila, Sophia puts a lot of energy into her family. But unlike them, her family is actually her one person. She's absolutely devoted to her person. She will spend her life with them happily, whether she is sitting under her owner's desk while her owner is working, or whether they are going hiking all day. I feel like the motto for Sophia is a life shared is a life well lived. So her emphasis is life with her one human. I think of Sophia as a beautiful English setter, or maybe a quiet flat-coated retriever, or even a very quiet terrier type. My girl Iberia is actually a very good idea of what a Sophia is. Very quiet, very sweet, and definitely devoted to her one person and sharing her life with her. So the next names go in a little bit of a different direction. And before I go there, I'm just gonna ask you real quick, please give us a like. Really helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps me understand that these are the kind of videos you wanna see. All right, so on to the next name. Phinia. So Finia is a Latin name, is what Romans used to call the land that now is called Finland. Now I feel like Finia is a completely different dog from the ones that we spoke about till now. She is high energy, she's very puppy-like, she is happy, independent, very curious. She is the kind of dog that will not stick by you when you go to the dog park. She is off and playing and, you know, kind of gangly. Even in her older age, she is still very puppy-like. So I can see Finia as being a mix with a northern dog, maybe a Siberian Husky. They are, you know, a little bit more gangly, thinner, you know, still mid-size, but with a little bit more athleticism, maybe different color eyes, or maybe a little bit of a mix with some Australian Shepherds. You know, that kind of dog that I can see that in Finia. There is a lightness to her and just a joy in living life. Aria. Aria means air in Italian. I feel that Aria is kind of like Finia. She's a little bit more of an independent dog, but what Finia doesn't have that Aria has is grace. So Aria is very beautiful, very graceful, kind of independent in that, you know, I'm beautiful, almost like, you know, a show dog beautiful. She's very graceful in her movements. She's very intelligent, very inquisitive, but a little bit more subdued, a little bit more graceful than Finia would be. Aria does have a bit of energy, but she is not a crazy high energy dog. I can see her as a pretty Weimaraner or a pointer, those kind of hunting dogs, or maybe a dog that has even a little bit of that northern, so Siberian Husky type dog. Odessa. So Odessa is a Greek name and it means long journey. It comes from Odysseus, which was the Greek name for Ulysses. And what I see in Odessa is the epitome of an old soul. So the kind of independent, fierce, strong, but very grounded dog. That feeling that nothing can shake her and nothing can shape her. So Odessa is definitely not the kind of dog that you can train to do tricks. She's not the kind of dog that's going to keep looking at you for instructions. She knows who she is. She is comfortable in who she is, and she cannot be shaped to be the kind of dog that you want. She is already whole in who she is. In this sense of being grounded, she is a little bit similar to Cambria, but the difference is that she is not so active in taking care of her family. It's more that her presence in the family works as a grounding effect. So I have two different images of Odessa. One is more of a heavier type dog, like an Amstaff or a Pit Bull mixed dog, or even a Mastiff, or a lighter bone dog like a Russian Borzoi. There is something about them that just makes us feel that they are grounded and complete, and when you look at them and in their eyes, you're looking at something that's very deep, a very, very old soul. Nova. Nova means new in Latin, and I can see Nova as being kind of the young soul version of Odessa. So she is very intelligent, she's inquisitive, she loves meeting new dogs. I mean, the interaction with dogs is definitely her thing. But while Odessa has this really old soul kind of vibe, Nova is kind of a young soul. She's a little bit easier to handle. She does abide to rules, not too many of them, but she's willing to play by the rules that you decide to set. Nova does have a little bit more energy than Cambria does. She has energy that's more similar to Aria or Finia, but you know, it's still pretty manageable. I can totally see her as a shepherd mix or maybe even a collie mix. Carlotta. Carlotta is my absolute favorite name for a dog. She is my ideal dog. Don't tell Iberia, but my ideal dog. The name comes from a Middle Low German word, kerle, and it means free or free woman, or in this case, free dog. She is very, very sweet, definitely has the puppy eyes, but she is very stubborn. So my other very, very sweet name that I always think of is Camilla. But Carlotta has a backbone. She's got a little bit of steel under all that velvet. Very stubborn, very opinionated, but with a sweetness that makes you just want to love her. It makes you want to go and just squeeze her little puppy cheeks and kiss her. And the thing about Carlotta is that everybody loves her. You cannot help but love her. So my ideal Carlotta is actually either a female French bulldog, and I actually knew one named Carlotta and the name fit perfectly, and I also knew another Carlotta as a beagle. So this is my favorite name of all time, and let me know if you do pick it. It's just the ultimate dog name. It's been a pleasure to go over these with you. We have other videos on names, boy dogs and lady kitties and gentleman kitties as well as other videos on our channel on natural nutrition, wellness, and holistic care for dogs and cats. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. Give your cat and dog a kiss from us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!